Today what we're going to do is change some I/O around. I have this machine, it's the next generation if you want to call it that, coming out. And these no longer are in the same places that they used to be. As a matter of fact, this one no longer exists, this one no longer exists. And because they removed this from the machine, they actually slid this into that slot or that bit, that input. It can kind of affect the code quite nastily, if you will, especially when it affects the outputs. My outputs right now, I have lights, work lights, and I also had some light stacks. Well, all these light stacks moved by one, and where they offset by one, the red light stack now is an enable for a magnetic lock on a door. So I can't really have that flash in red because the door lock would be flashing. So I have to go through the code and change it all. There's a quick way to go about that. What you want to do is just create yourself a binary file here. We're going to just worry about I/O, so you just need bits. Create a new binary file. In my case, 15 is the next open one, so it's going to pop up. I'm not even going to name it or anything. I'm just going to put 255 elements right in there. I don't worry about the data size because by the time we're done, that's going to just get removed anyways. Once you have that data file there, what you can do now is open up the search and replace, and we can indirectly call all the inputs. One thing to keep note though is your inputs. In our case, so we're working with the RSLogix 1400. It has 19 inputs, so you can only have 16 in a row, one word, and then it goes down to the next word. In the case of a RSLogix 1400, 0.1, 0, 0.11, 0.12 would actually be 16, 17, 18. You can see that on the hover around right there. So you want to kind of get rid of these ones first, otherwise you'll have some adverse effects. We'll search for that. So what we're going to say is, what do we want to look for? We want to look for all the inputs that are 0.1 anything, and you can do the anything by slash with an asterisk up there. That asterisk says anything that it finds here, and this preceding that is what it's going to locate. What do we want to replace that with? Well, I'm going to take everything on this and I'm going to put this into word 2 of my B15 file I just created. Actually, I'll put this in word 1, second row, so we always keep our structure. So we'll just say in here we want to put that in B15 1/anything. So then whatever it finds here, it's just going to leave. One thing you want to do also is come through here and you want to make sure you're going global through the whole project. Doesn't matter up, down, however you want to do it. You're going global through the whole project. It's going to go all the way around anyways. The next thing you want to make sure you do is you want to move your descriptions. What that's going to do is it's going to take the current description for your I/O and it's going to move that along with it, leaving the I/O now blank on its descriptions, and all the descriptions will be moved with it into the binary file. Once you have that done, you can just hit replace all. It'll go through. In this case there was 9 from that word of the input file, the 0.1. Now that I have those gone, if I come over here to the B15, you're going to see if I use usage, those 3 are now appear here and they're gone from here. So the next step would be to do the 0.0. In that case, you don't even need to put the 0.0, just 0 will work for that. Slash anything. And we're going to put those at word 0, binary file 15. Same thing, move the descriptions, replace all. So that'll go through there and it'll replace everything there. Now if we come back over to this data file and look at it, they're all gone. You can see that this looks like the description's still here, but it really isn't. Once I move and come back, it should be gone. See, all these descriptions are gone. It doesn't refresh like you would think. The reason these are here is because they weren't in use to begin with. So if it's not in use, it won't pull it. and send it over there. Now if we come over to the B15 file, you'll see they're all there with descriptions. And if you go find, you'll see that where they appeared in the code now says the B15 instead of the I00, it's now B1500. This frees up all my inputs for my brick. Now I can come back and I'll go rung by rung, starting with main. I'll open just main and start at the very top, and I know right away that something in this rung changed because of the ease. This rung hasn't been checked, it hasn't been verified. As I scroll down, you'll see any rung that didn't have something altered to it, there's no ease on that rung. So that makes it a little easier to go through and find everything that's been replaced as well. So I know there's things in this rung. Once I get to there, I'm going to say, okay, the side access door, I know that's gone. We're going to get rid of that bit. First thing you want to do is right click on it, find all, and you want to make sure that when you, okay, here it's going to an alarm. So now I'm going to have to go into the alarm file and remove my alarm. Then I'll come back here, I'll search for this output. You'll see that output file is only in one spot. So once I have the alarm gone, then I'll find this, which were in only those two spots that we were just talking about where I first came across it, and here. And this is going to go away. This is also going to go away. I like to delete my comments when I'm taking out the outputs and when I take out my last actual instruction. That way it cleans up the database. Delete T, and then we'll just delete this rung. Now if I come back to the first place that I found it, it's right here. I know this is the last one. I can research it, make sure there is only one. I'll go in there, I'll delete my comment. Now I have a bit that's open. I'm not using it. It's gone. Now that is gone out of the program. I don't need it anymore. This changed to IO10. So what I will do here is I'll find all, and if you leave your replace window up, it'll automatically populate what you're looking for. So now it's going to find all of these, and I know this moved to I01, and then I'm still going to move my descriptions, and I'm going to replace all. Now you can see that I have the right I/O. The structure of the code didn't change, so this will still fire now when the hood switch is activated. That's really all there is to the search and replace, using the indirect character, the asterisk, and finding everything and moving it out to an open Word file, and then moving it back in one by one until you have it complete. And starting at the main, I always start at my first routine and I work my way through it, because when you come across the first bit, you notice I didn't just change the first bit here. I found it everywhere in the program and I went through and changed it at one time. By the time you get to about here in your program trees, you're going to find that there's hardly any of them left, because you found, you know, unless you're doing an extensive I/O change, most of them have already been changed by the time you've gotten halfway through your codes, generally. So this makes it a lot easier, a lot simpler to go through and change your I/O when that arises. Hope this helps you out.